Hi, I'm Jasper.
Hi, I'm Leslie.
And we are the ICM Children's Choir!
We miss you all.
And we hope you have a great evening.
Well, it depends where they're watching from.
Or a great breakfast.
ICM changed all of our lives.
You gave us hope.
So all the way from Bacolod City, we want to say,
Thank you very, very much!
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your hosts, Louise and Bless.
Good evening and welcome to More Than a Dream International Care Ministry's first ever virtual banquet. I'm Louise and I've worked with ICM for a decade.
And my name is Bless. It's great to be here. Thanks to the ICM choir for the introduction. It has been a roller coaster preparing for this banquet with so many uncertainties.
But we made it and we are absolutely thrilled to be streaming live to you. Every year, this banquet provides the funding for international care ministries to transform lives. And since 1992, ICM has been transforming the futures of the ultra-poor. And although our world has changed so much this year, our need has not. And so we are grateful that you are with us now.
One of the silver linings of doing this event virtually is that we're able to join with so many of you across the whole world who normally can't be with us in Hong Kong. We have more guests at this banquet than we've ever had, and it is an international affair.
And we are live on Zoom, so let's say hi to a few of you who are joining us from around the world. Mario and Christine, hi. They're joining us all the way from Switzerland. Hi, Mario, Christine, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, hello there.
Beautiful people in the Philippines. Wow, great to see you. And who else? This is our Jensen office. Hi, Jensen. Maayong gabi. Great to see you. Thanks for tuning in live. Woo. The Mayhews. And, this is a lot of people on that. Give us a wave, everyone. We can see you.
Oh, hello.
I can see Carol Rowa is looking absolutely fantastic. It is amazing to see you. Please do keep your cameras on. Even though your voices are muted, we can see you. And of course, you can see each other. We've got screens set up here in the studio, and we have actually 4 separate Zoom calls running because so many of you signed up to watch tonight.
We've been amazed at your outpouring of support of this banquet. As the choir kid said earlier, ICM has transformed our lives, and I'm one example of that. When I was just 13, I came to Hong Kong for the very first time with the ICM choir. Since then, my life has completely changed. And I grew up in Bacolod in the Philippines in a remote community where we could be evicted at any time. I'm the youngest of 7 children. My father died before I was born from cardiac arrest, and so I never met him. But I know that he was a loving and hardworking man. It was hard for my mother to raise 7 kids alone. When she was pregnant with me, people in our village told her that she should just abort me because I would only be a burden to the family. But she said, no, God gave me this baby as a blessing, and that's why they named me Bless. So when I joined the ICM choir in 2009, I got a scholarship for high school. And then I graduated from college in 2016 and moved to Hong Kong to work with ICM. I was the first one in my whole family to graduate from college, and that gave my family hope. I have 15 nephews and nieces in elementary school, high school, and now even in college. I'm helping to support their education. So who would have thought that the youngest child would be the one to help the whole family? Hope inspires change, and without it, we are lost. But when hope shines through, that's when we can truly live. And I'm just one person who experienced hope. There are hundreds of thousands of people whose lives have changed because of you.
Thank you, Bless. And as Bless has just so beautifully shared, what happens at this event matters. Lives are changed. So again, thank you for being with us. We have an absolutely jam-packed event coming up. We have amazing jewelry, artwork, and experiences in our silent auction. So one of the first things we need to do is make sure all of you know how to register to bid. This is not pre-recorded. All of the bidding and the winners happen live. So to bid in our silent auction or to make any donation tonight, you need 2 things. your mobile phone, and your bidder number. All of our bidding and pledging takes place on this website, icm.oph.hk, and we have done our best to pre-register you and input your bidder number. If you've pre-registered, you will have received a text message like this one. Click on the link and you'll be taken to the website where your name, bidder number, and email address will be pre-filled. But if you haven't registered, just visit icm.oph.hk and input your details. Really important, if you don't know your bidder number, you can ask your Zoom host, your table host, or anytime you can email us at banquet@caremin.com. We've got volunteers ready to answer all your questions. In just a minute from now, we'll have a lucky draw for registered guests, so be sure to sign up now. And a lucky guest in Hong Kong is going to win 2 bottles of champagne, which we are ready to deliver to you.
Once you're signed up, you can start to browse and bid. The auction is open now. All the items are organized into 2 lots. Lot 1 will be closing in 15 minutes, and we will give you a 1-minute warning so you can make sure you get your bids in. And Lot 2 closes just before the end of the event in 45 minutes time. To place your bid, scroll through the prizes on the website, click on the one you want, and enter your bid amount.
And this is really important to all of our friends who are outside of Hong Kong. Please note that all of the bidding is taking place in Hong Kong dollars, but we have put an estimation of the current bid in US dollars and Philippine pesos so you can see the exchange rate. And if you get outbid in the silent auction, you'll receive a notification by text message. It will tell you the new bid so you can go back and bid again. We'll be giving a 1-minute warning when the lot is about to close, and when we hit 0, the winning bidders will be notified by text message. So, as Bless said, Lot 1 closes in 15 minutes, Lot 2 is closing in about 45 minutes. As always, try to stay civil during the bidding, and good luck.
A huge thanks to the auction committee who have done a phenomenal job of gathering prizes in the midst of this tough season.
Yes, and let's start with the art. Nicolo Jose's beautiful mixed media sculpture is Lot 117, and Benji Cabanga's painting titled Distant Echoes 2 is Lot 107. And for any whiskey lovers, I'm not talking to you, Peter Fry, we have not 1 but 4 bottles of Glenrothes 25-year-old.
And in the jewelry category, we have a gorgeous diamond bracelet as Lot 139. And these very pretty earrings are Lot 133.
So have fun with your bidding. Thanks to all of you who have dressed up for this evening. We would love to see your outfit, so we'll be running a best dress competition as announced. You can win this beautiful necklace and these earrings. So if you want to enter, be in with a chance to win, just take a photo of your ensemble, post it on social media. Make sure you hashtag More Than a Dream and ICM Banquet 2020. We'll be awarding the prize for the best dressed in about 15 minutes.
But first, we have our lucky draw announcement. Ooh, okay. I have it in my hand. So, the winner is Valeria Tao. Congratulations, Valeria.
We are sending the champagne now out to you wherever you are in Hong Kong. Please do take a photo when you receive it. So we're about to hear part 1 of our keynote from David Sutherland. Most of you know David. Until recently, he was the Chief Financial Officer for Morgan Stanley in Asia Pacific, but now he is ICM's full-time CEO. David has great energy and he speaks very quickly, so please fasten your seatbelt and welcome David Sutherland.
Well, thank you very much, Louise. Fantastic to be with all of you. It's been a fantastic experience. The energy in the room is really great. This photo that we take right here was taken a year ago at our last banquet. The theme last year was even better, but little did we know what was going to happen. It's a pretty big difference between this and this. But I got to say that all of you pretty well rise to the occasion. In Hong Kong alone today, we have 25 tables who are watching from home. Plus, we have about 300 people gathered in about a half a dozen venues here at the Aberdeen Marina Club in Hong Kong. We're welcoming about 25 tables in Manila. We have people joining for lunch in London and quite a few tables in the States for breakfast. And then there are the brave ones, those ones in Australia where it's now past midnight when they start. And at the other end of the clock, we have a few on the USA West Coast, and their start time was 5:30 a.m. All in, we have registration from almost 20 countries. I suspect that there are more than 2,000 people watching live right now. I'm in a production room right here at the Aberdeen Marina Club in Hong Kong, and there are no guests here in this room, but we can see our friends in the hallway when we walk around. The production tonight has been a massive effort. As you can tell, this is not a pre-recorded event. We are live. I do want to mention to a few of you that when you came into the Zoom rooms, you were supposed to be put into your own tables, but the technology where they were automatically pre-assigning didn't work very well, so you ended up just in a big, huge group. And our team right now is manually one by one assigning you into your table. So by the end of the event at 9:30 our time, you should be back in your table. So if you want to stay in at the end, you can see your friends. I apologize if it affected you, but we're doing the best we can here and trying the best. So we think we're kind of breaking a little bit of new ground. So thanks for your patience. At any rate, I want to thank all of you for your excitement. As you know, this big banquet is one of our key sources of financial support for the year. So tonight, the stakes are really high in the fight against ultra poverty. Before 2020 started, ICM in the Philippines was helping so many people. Our Transform program was had graduated 1.3 million people. We provided hundreds of surgeries last year. We had more than 150,000 family members in ICM's Savings Group network. We were on track to graduate our 10,000th child from our preschool education program. We had plans to open a dozen new locations across the Philippines and launch our first international expansion into Uganda. But then everything changed, and honestly, I can't think of one area of my life that has not been impacted by the virus. My daughter Corey had to postpone her wedding party. Deanna and I got stuck in the United States for many months. And let's be serious, how many Zoom calls can one person endure? Then we had to deal with this miserable 14-day hotel quarantine when we came back to Hong Kong. Here's the photo of Deanna and I just after midnight when we were released from our hotel confinement. We are so happy to be back in Hong Kong. But I'm sure those sorts of problems sound familiar to many of you. So many of us have our own extraordinary years this year, but I doubt that many of us would describe our COVID experience like this. One woman in the Philippines told us it was like our world was ending. We felt like we wouldn't survive. I could only make sure that my children ate a banana once a day. That's how Rasilia said, in the Philippines, described her lockdown experience. For the first time in 30 years, the world is going in the wrong direction in the fight against poverty. Just a few days ago, the World Bank predicted that an extra 150 million people will fall into poverty because of the pandemic. You know, the Bank describes poverty as those who are living on less than $3.20 a day. Below that is a level of extreme poverty, living on $1.90 or less. But ICM focuses on ultra poverty, those who live on less than 50 US cents per person per day. The ultra poor, they are ICM's focus. Even before the virus hit, their lives were unimaginable. Among our ultra poor families, the average household income is just 26 US cents. That's 13 pesos per person per day. 32% have no electricity. 50% live with illnesses. An astonishing 10% of all of their children are clinically malnourished. And this has been a devastating year for them. Under lockdowns, if they can't travel, that means they can't work. It means no money, it means no food. We started hearing quotes like this. One person said, "My family was hungry for a whole month when no one was allowed to work." Another said, "COVID has shattered our world." Another said, "It's not the virus that will kill us, it's the hunger." One said, "We are so scared we don't know where the virus is and we feel tortured every day." One said, "My children couldn't sleep at night because of the hunger pains." When the lockdown started, we were starting to hear these horror stories day after day. The Philippine government has done what they can do, but 100 million people spread across 7,000 islands. That is a huge task. So despite the government's best efforts, inevitably there are going to be gaps, and that's where ICM stands, into the gaps. 7 months ago, in March of 2020, all of us at ICM knew that we had to act. Almost overnight, we transformed ICM from development to relief. ICM takes a business approach to fighting poverty, so we need real-time data. We have a network of 10,000 pastors who live in the very same communities as the ultra-poor people we serve. These pastors are already trusted by their neighbors, and they agreed to quickly provide us with the data that we need to respond. They tell us how many families were in need in their community and what kind of aid is required for each of those families. So in those early weeks of the virus, thousands of communities reached out to ICM for help, including the most remote areas. In May, we received this urgent request from Pastor Silan in South Cotabato. She told us almost all the children here are crying because they don't have food. She sent a request for help through ICM's emergency hotline, and she gathered some volunteers, and she met the ICM staff at the Safali River. And because of the rough terrain, most people use motorbikes to cross this river, but the Pastora, she didn't have a motorbike, so she and her volunteers, they waded through the river, and they were carrying boxes of food. And after they got to the other side of the river, they hiked for 6 hours. Exhausted but happy, the group finally made it to the community. And then they divided up the food packs and they distributed them to 400 households. She said, walking was difficult. I thought I was going to collapse, but it was worth it. And I thank God that he gave me the strength, and I was happy to see the reactions of the people. And those people, they were so happy because now they have something for their children to eat. And thousands of pastors just like her have helped ICM to launch an unprecedented relief effort. As of a few days ago, those pastors had helped us to identify 5 million specific Filipinos who were in serious need, and ICM had actually delivered goods to 4 million of those 5 million people. That includes just over 14 million meals. We also distributed 500,000 booklets that contain COVID information about hygiene and livelihood. That means that more than 2 million Filipinos live in households that have received a detailed explanation of how they should respond to this crisis in their lives. We distributed nearly 200 million seeds so that the poor can grow their own vegetable gardens. But of course, we weren't sure whether they would really plant them or not. So last month, we surveyed 28,000 of those households that had received those seeds. And it was kind of early in the process, but 84% of them told us that they had already planted the seeds. And in fact, 76% had just a few weeks later had already started to harvest. So it seems like the take-up is really good. And it's just the beginning. Conservatively estimated that what we've already distributed, that those gardens will generate almost 20 million kilos of vegetables. Those vegetables will be worth 20 million US dollars. That is 1 billion pesos of value to feed hungry children in a sustainable way. And that's only from the first harvest. If they use the seed banking, they should be able to repeat that many times. ICM distributed 750,000 bars of soap to our communities. We also leveraged our network of pastors to partner with the Department of Health. Hundreds of local government units helped us to identify more than 18,000 clinically malnourished children. That is a lot of sick kids. And we provided each one of those children with 1 or 2 months of ready-to-eat food. That should be enough for most of them to cure their acute malnutrition. Now, again, that also just happened recently. We're still gathering the results, but so far we have one-by-one confirmation that at least half of those 18,000 children have already been cured of malnutrition. And that means that during a time of great hunger, we at ICM have been able to partner with the government to reduce the incidence of malnutrition in large areas of the Philippines during the time of hunger. So in the midst of this crisis, heroes are everywhere. The effort required to distribute 200 million seeds is breathtaking. To keep the cost down, what we do is we acquire those seeds in big bulk, and then that means they have to be repackaged before we distribute them. So the ICM staff have repacked more than 1 million little tiny bags of seeds by hand. It's incredible. ICM has 500 full-time staff in the Philippines. They've acted with great courage in the face of a very real danger. Rochelle has been with ICM for 8 years. When the pandemic hit, she had recently moved from her hometown to launch ICM's new base in Davao. But she found herself at a loss during the lockdown, being a stranger with no established context, still trying to get to know her staff, and she was far away from her family. And then Rochelle's father, tragically, he caught COVID and he passed away from COVID, and he was in a faraway province. And Rochelle was unable to travel to be with her family or to attend her father's funeral. Instead, she led ICM's relief efforts in her region. She was trying to prevent similar tragedies for other families. So her small team instead distributed, just a few of them, 500,000 meals. They distributed 3 million seeds. They treated 138 malnourished children. Truly amazing. Rochelle, she recorded this message for all of you.
ICM Davao is able to deliver thousands of soaps, seed kits, face masks, and food packs to thousands of families here in Davao. But this will never be possible without your continued support. So to all ICM supporters and donors, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much.
So thank you, Rochelle, and thanks to all the ICM staff. Listen, they are all watching live with us, all those 500 staff. So perhaps wherever you are, you could join me in thanking all these heroic staff that have done so much on the front lines of this year. And so thank you, all of you. Thank you very much. So as part of this event, we thought all of you at home and here in the AMC might want to understand a little bit of what it's like to work for ICM, just a tiny taste of what the ICM have been doing for the last few months. So it's time for a competition. So most of you, I hope, have received a Banquet in a Box kit, or if you received here, it was on your table when you arrived, and you had this envelope here, and it told you not to open it. It says don't open. So I hope you didn't cheat, but so go ahead and open it now. So consider yourself prompted. Inside the bag, you will find a little plastic bag containing about 100 little seeds, and then you'll also have about 5 these little empty plastic bags. So Bless is here with me to help me demonstrate. In a moment, I'm going to ask you, all of you at home, to do what ICM staff do, which is to repack the seeds. So to win this game, we're competing against each other. You have to put at least 20 seeds into 3 of those little plastic bags. Now imagine if you were sitting down and you were starting with 50 kilos, 100 pounds of these little seeds, and your job that day was to repack them in all those little tiny bags. We're giving you a much easier job. So you should, at the end, you should end up with 3 of these little plastic bags. Each of them should have 20 seeds in them, and just, of course, a few leftover seeds. Once you are done, then you should take a photo and email it with your name to this email address, game@caremin.com. So we're monitoring that email inbox, and we are going to award a prize to the first person who sends their picture showing themselves holding the 3 repacked plastic bags. So the prize goes to the first emailed photo, not to the quickest packing. Packing without a photo, it's not worthy of a prize. So I'm going to repeat the instructions to you so we're clear. Pack the seeds into 3 bags of 20 seeds each. Take a photo of those seeds, email them with your name to game@caremin.com. And for those of you, whoever is the first person to email us with that photo will win this Apple Watch. Okay, so we are ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, and Bless is off to a great start here, I have to tell you. Bless has actually had a little bit of practice, so she's got a technique which I like to call the stick and drop technique. I don't know if you want to copy her technique wherever you are, but perhaps we can take a little look and see how you guys are doing. Oh, I can see Kit Louie. We see you, Kit, doing your doing yours. And who is this? Andres, good luck. Get those fingers packing quickly. So as Dave said, our ICM staff have been doing this, and they are absolutely heroic. They've packed millions and millions of seeds, and so this just gives you a little bit of a taste. You can actually plant your seeds too, so if you have received those Pechai seeds, don't throw them away. Plant them, send us photos of your ICM Banquet bok choy. Just a little reminder that the seeds are from your country. We haven't been shipping seeds overseas, so just in case anyone's nervous about that. And as you are all packing furiously, I want to remind you that we just have a couple of minutes left on lot 1 of the silent auction. So if you're not packing, you can also be bidding. We're going to have a quick look also and see who's winning some of these lots. Pam and John, looks like John's getting a birthday present for Pam. We've got Necklace, anonymous bidders on lots of these lots. Thank you for all your bids coming in. Let's check in with Bless. Bless, how are you doing over there?
It's really hard to pick up.
It's really hard, even with all your practice. A couple more seconds as you keep sending your entries in. Bernadette, looks like you're about to win Flight to the Moon. Congratulations on that. Mario's bid on the Red Rising 100. That is an absolutely beautiful prize. How are we doing, Winnie? Do we have anyone come in yet? All right, we have a winner. Bless. Sorry. You didn't win the Apple Watch.
I tried my best.
We are just about to verify. Okay, we have the winner here. We're going to show it to the camera. The winner is Brad Leyland. Congratulations, Brad. We will be sending, wow, I don't know if that's exactly 20, but we're not going to be too strict about it. We are going to be sending the Apple Watch to you. Congratulations, Brad. And of course, thanks for joining us. We'll be hearing a little bit more from David in just a little while, but as I said, before we do, we need to let you know that there is just 1 minute remaining on lot 1 of our silent auction. So Bless, let's take a little look and see who is winning. John, you are in the lead for the Glorious Sparkles bracelet. Adam's in lot 142. We're not talking about that. Terrell, you're about to get the Just Another Day. You've got about 45 seconds left. Get those final bids in. This artwork is really amazing. We've got stuff for every taste, every room, as I said. We've got 20 seconds left. Looks like Mario, you're going to win. Lot 106. Dee Dee, you're getting the of green hope, hopefully. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Congratulations to all the Lot 1 winners.
Let's take a look and see who has won. Congratulations to everyone. Robin, you have got the whiskey. Well done, Robin. Jesse, you got the beautiful, I love that ball. Jesse, congratulations. And Randy, you got the Hong Kong fairy life ring. That's a nice souvenir from your time in Hong Kong. Howard, you got the 60-minute sessions at Float On Hong Kong. Leontine, you're going on Outward Bound. And Sandra, you got those beautiful earrings. I really love those too. So congratulations again to all of the Lot 1 winners, and it's time for us to check out Lot 2. We have this fantastic painting, Lot 218, and also a striking painting by Ombok Villamores, Lot 206.
And in travel, book yourself at stunning private villas, either for skiing in Niseko at Lot 222 or on a Hawaiian beach with Lot 223.
And this beautiful necklace features hundreds of diamonds. That's Lot 247. And, okay, for Hong Kongers, we have a really unique prize. We have this license plate numbered UL8887. It can be yours. We're calling it the ultra lucky number plate. So we have one more thing to announce before we go back to David, and that is our best dressed winner. I think we can pull you up on the screen. Absolutely beautiful, Maureen, and congratulations. You'll be winning the necklace and earrings. So that's all from us. We are ready for part 2 of David's keynote. Please welcome back David Sutherland.
Well, thanks, Louise. I hope all of you are enjoying the event so far. It's a pretty great atmosphere here in this studio, but as you know, this event isn't about partying, it's about changing lives. So we can and we should enjoy ourselves with good food and conversation, but at the same time, we have to recognize that not everyone in the world is so fortunate. So let me be honest with you, sometimes I'm haunted by the struggles that are faced by many in our world. It's hard to see faces of children who are suffering. These are not just photos, these are real people facing a difficult reality. But today we don't need to dwell on the problems because this banquet has always been about solutions. So together we can work to bring hope into dark places. Now you all know that this banquet is ICM's centerpiece every year. We are well aware that virtual is way less engaging than live, but the poor can't wait until we can all gather again, and there's honestly more need now than there's ever been before, so we can't bring solutions without you. So today we're going to ask you to continue your faithfulness even when we're virtual. But first you need to know what we're asking you to do and what you're asking you to invest in. So let me just give you a whirlwind tour of some of ICM's strategies. Pre-COVID, your donations allowed us to develop this Transform program, which gathers 30 of the poorest people in each community into a local church for weekly training in values, health, and livelihood. And after only 4 months, people who start in ultra poverty increased their income by about 167%. 88% of malnourished children are cured. There's a 39% decrease in depression, and there's scores of other life improvements. But this is the key. Transform has achieved scale. We've graduated 1.3 million Filipino family members. But that was then, and this is now, because when COVID hit 7 months ago, ICM had to stop our training in the middle, and we were in the middle of doing 500 communities. We had tens of thousands of families that were right in the middle of training, and it was sad when we stopped. But it was also dangerous because the other problems of poverty, they don't stop just because a virus is unleashed. Oxford estimated that 20% more people will die of tuberculosis this year because of COVID breakdowns. And that's similar to other illnesses. There's similar studies about malaria and HIV, because when health professionals can't reach sick people, there are serious consequences to them. 2 months ago, the government regulations in the Philippines evolved to allow ICM to resume some of that life-saving training that we do. And it was different in every area, but most Philippine communities allowed us to restart training as long as we did no more than 10 poor people at a time. So we didn't restart in any community unless everyone was comfortable. The ICM staff, the pastor, the mayor, the local government, everybody had to agree. And they didn't always agree, but under that unanimous consent requirement, we were able to successfully relaunch in about half of the communities that were interrupted. And we took the social distancing rules very seriously. We took the temperature of everyone that attended. We gave them alcohol for their hands. We disinfected their feet. And of course, everyone sat distanced from each other. But despite all of these troubles, 2 weeks ago, thousands of families graduated from ICM's Transform program. And it was emotional. For many of them, it was the first time they had graduated from anything in their entire lives. And aside from the adults, ICM also restarted our Family Academy program, which focuses on preparing preschool children for kindergarten. Pre-COVID, we've had phenomenal results in both math and phonics to launch these precious ultra-poor children into a lifetime of learning. And our recent surveys indicate that these kids are actually learning more from Family Academy during the COVID lockdowns than they did before. So I'm proud to say that about 1,000 children graduated from Family Academy 2 weeks ago. This is a picture of Gigi and her twin boys, Jay and James, on their graduation day. We first met Gigi back in March. It was early in the pandemic when she had just enrolled in Transform. Gigi has 11 children. Her husband works as a rice farmer. Their family income averages about 26 cents, 13 pesos per person per day. How could she possibly manage to feed her family on that amount of money? She told us with tears in her eyes, she said, some days, one day, only one meal. Her older children didn't graduate from high school, but Gigi is doing all she can to make it different for these young twins. She says, my only desire is for my children's education and for their health. James and Jay, they were part of ICM's Family Academy, and they were learning math and phonics several times every week. And in spite of the pandemic, these twins, they just graduated, and Gigi herself made her first steps towards her goal of being a banana cake vendor. Every week, she put aside money in order to save for the required capital. Here's what Gigi told us.
Doon nabatsagan ko balang sang nag-abot ang care do may natagaan to bala tsansa nga makapaningwa sang pangabuhi namon dason do natagaan ko bala kalipay nga bisan paano ang kamangako niya mga kape do natagaan ko bala ano nang ideya balang bisan paano maanahan kami na mabuligan sila bisan paano nga maka-eskwela lang para balang hindi man bala magabot ang tiyempo nga sila masulod man sa amon nga pigado gito wala gid.
What a hero. That is why we do what we do, to empower women like Gigi. The first day of class many months ago for the twins, it happened to be their 5th birthday. Back then, Jay and James, they literally didn't know about ABC or how to do 1, 2, 3. They didn't know that, but now they've made really amazing progress. Well, aside from our education program, ICM has also relaunched our regular meetings of our pastors. We have thousands of small, very small groups of pastors, and the response has been overwhelming. It looks like we're going to have 50% more pastors attending this month than we had 1 year ago before the COVID. And each one of the pastors this month will all be in these tiny little small groups. And we're seeing attitudes change in our communities as well. You know, last year, most of our poor participants, they really didn't understand the necessity of washing their hands and of hygiene, but they understand now. Thousands of data points for us confirms that there's a lot more interest in these communities in gardens than there ever was before, in savings groups than there ever was before. So we want to capitalize on this unique moment, this teachable moment in these ultra-poor communities. So during this next season, we believe that we can have more impact by re-engaging with our graduates than by running new Transform programs in fresh communities. So for the rest of our fiscal year, ICM is going to launch a massive outreach to our alumni network. We're going to be empowering our participants to re-engage in small businesses, in gardening, in savings, in health treatments, in leadership skills. In the upcoming year, we aim to revisit more than 2,000 alumni communities and to re-engage with 50,000 families into savings groups. And if we get enough support this year, we have a chance to reach 250,000 people to rebuild after this calamity just in the next 6 months or so. Isn't that an amazing silver lining from what has otherwise been a very dark year? So we invite you to join us to make that a reality. And we have the data that's necessary to give each of us the visibility on our progress. ICM is partnering with a group called Domo to integrate ICM's hundreds of millions of data points into interactive maps. It's all brand new. Here's the Domo map of where ICM has run transform programs over the last 5 years. And this is the Visayas, and this is Mindanao. And our aspiration has been to saturate all the Visayas. And as you can see, we're pretty well there. We've got some work to do in Samar and Leyte, but then we will have saturated all the Visayas. And we've made tremendous progress in Mindanao. And Palawan, for us, is pretty well saturated as well. So what an amazing opportunity to saturate the southern two-thirds of an entire country. And this Domo map, if you had the ability to look at it, you could look anywhere you want to, but let's just say we zoomed into the island of Palawan. And each dot here is one of ICM's transform programs. 30 families, run for 4 months, every one of those dots. And if you further zoom into the southern part of Palawan, it's one of the most remote parts of this entire country, then you can see our reach. And if you hover your mouse over any one of these communities, you get an extraordinary amount of detail. For example, this community, that one community had 68 mothers start their own vegetable gardens. They had 24 that started a small business. This group of very poor ladies, they saved $250 US of their own money. They had 19 malnourished children who were cured. Now, in the future, we'll be able to make the maps even more accurate, but in the last few days, the Domo engineers have worked with ICM to create an interface that will allow each of you at home to search this map for yourself. Now, we don't want you to get distracted right this immediate minute, but immediately after the banquet, we will send you all a link to this Domo map so you can explore ICM's impact yourself. Today, we also want to announce an important partnership between ICM and one of the world's most respected global institutions. The Global Innovation Fund was founded by the governments of the United States, the UK, Australia, other governments, and their job is to find the most innovative solutions to poverty. Every year, they receive applications from more than 1,000 potential partners, but very few are successful. I think last year there was only 6 partnerships launched. And ICM is pleased that GIF has agreed to partner with ICM in one of the largest efforts that they have ever awarded. Now, this grant is actually not going to be a game changer for our finances as the funds are released over many years and most are already earmarked for research, but we are very excited about what we're going to learn together through this GIF project. And the reputational credentials that ICM will receive through the GIF partnership is untold. And so to all of you who have stood by ICM for so many years, I know you will agree that it is a real honor for ICM to be recognized by the Global Innovation Fund in this way. Last year at our banquet, we announced ICM's first international program in Uganda. Since then, our 19 Ugandan staff have made great progress. We surveyed thousands of Ugandan poor households, and we are surprised by how well the Transform program addresses Ugandan poverty too. We customized it to Uganda, but most of what we had was working well. The health restrictions are slowly opening in Uganda, and that ICMU staff are now halfway through their first round of training of the poor communities in the Uganda. Government rules in Uganda limit us to training 5 people at a time, but in this pilot round, ICM is reaching 450 Ugandan households. That reflects about 3,000 Ugandan family members. The response so far has been positive and overwhelming, and we are so encouraged to see that the strategies that are birthed in the Philippines can be used to help those that are suffering in Africa. And that's not all. Guatemala is next. We are finalizing this partnership. We're hoping to launch ICM in South America early in 2021. And I think our friends in Guatemala are listening too, so let me just say hello, Annalise. How are you? Say hi. Listen, I want to thank all of you who have supported ICM for so many years. You believed in us. We've been blown away by all the good that has come out of this dark time. And next year, when we all meet again, I look forward to sharing the stories of lives that have been changed because of what we do today during this banquet. Like Pastor Silan, like Rochelle, like Gigi, because when you make a gift tonight, your donation will be allocated to a specific community just like hers. And you'll receive a photo just like this with the faces of the actual people that you personally have been able to sponsor. Let's be clear, the only reason we could serve the people in these photos we've been showing you is because someone else put their hand up at our banquet last year. Pre-COVID, ICM has been able to provide Transform for a fully loaded cost for just $10 US per person that benefits from the program. That's not $10 a month or $10 a year. This is $10 period. But during the COVID times, our strategies have evolved, and now we are able to help even more people per dollar than our normal Transform program. That means we are very conservative when we tell you that today, every $10 US you donate will impact one life. Now, I've talked a lot about numbers in the last 10 minutes, but here's one last number I want to leave you with. We need to talk about the number 0. You know, this year I felt like we had quite a few zeros that were pretty difficult to deal with. We had 0 flights, We had 0 face-to-face meetings. We have 0 certainty about the future for sure. But used appropriately, a 0 can also increase impact because if you add a 0 at the end of a number, it multiplies that number by 10. And in the midst of this pandemic, I've been thinking about how zeros affect in relationship to ICM. We have nearly added a 0 to the malnourished children that we fed, nearly 10x more than we fed last year. We have more than added a 0 to the number of seeds that we've distributed, 15x more than last year. This year, we have added far more than a 0 to the number of people that we've been able to reach. We are about 25x more people this year than any previous year of ICM's existence. And I wonder whether there are a few of us who might consider adding a 0 to our giving, maybe a literal 0 from $1,000 to $10,000. But really, I think of it more as a metaphorical one of stretching and increasing the gift that you might give. So together, we can have an even bigger impact to fight poverty. So please help us to reach that ultimate 0 of 0 extreme poverty. So now I want to introduce you to 2 people. The first is Christine Flattabo-Dunnick. Christine is a U.S. national champion auctioneer. Didn't even know they had that, but she's one of them. She has been part of our event for many years, and she has been to the Philippines with her family many times. She has become a close personal friend. She is joining us from Minnesota, where it is very early in the morning, and we will be handing over to her in just a minute. But before that, let me introduce Louise, who has been hosting our event today. Louise started the ICM Children's Choir in 2010. This year is the choir's 10th anniversary, and our plan was to bring the choir performance to Hong Kong today. But sadly, travel out of the Philippines is not possible, so Louise will instead be sharing a song on their behalf. Louise?
Thanks, Dave. Mihao and I were actually in the Philippines earlier this year when the pandemic hit, and it was such a tough time just to see more struggle and more uncertainty than we're used to seeing, as people really just couldn't work and couldn't eat. But we're just so grateful to see how many of you have responded with generosity and keep responding with generosity. And we know that as we move forward into the future, we're going to be able to bring more than a dream to so many more.
Alone I face the walls of doubt and darkness. They tower and drown out all the light of hope in me. But then you step into my world. Your arms are open wide. You give me strength to stand and say, I am here, I'm alive, I believe. I waited for this moment to come. The time I knew that change had begun. I waited for belief to succeed and show that this is more than a dream. 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 But then you step into my world. Your arms are open wide. You give me strength to stand and say, I am here, I'm alive, I believe. I waited for this moment to come. The time I knew that change had begun. I waited for belief to succeed and show that this is more than a dream. I waited for this moment to come. The time I knew that change had begun. I waited for belief to more than a dream.
Wow, that was incredible. Thank you to Louise, and thank you to the choir. Thank you for inspiring us, for sharing with us. What a powerful way to start us off. We are so grateful. I just want to welcome you all by saying good morning to America and countries around the world, and good evening to Hong Kong, the Philippines, and other countries around the world. We are so grateful that you've joined us. I am here live from Minnesota, and I would love to be with you. But although I can't, I am so grateful for technology that we get to do this a different way. I have to tell you, it was 9 years ago that I was doing a banquet for Feed My Starving Children in Chicago. And I saw the choir in action, and something came over me. I knew in that moment that I had to learn more. So I told my family, we're going to go to the Philippines and we are going to learn about ICM. We went and we saw their work on the ground, and we've been back many times since. I am here to tell you firsthand, their work saves lives, it changes lives, and with God leading them every step of the way, what they have accomplished is truly remarkable. I will also say, I have learned more about joy and gratefulness from the hearts of the Filipino people. They are such beautiful people. It brings me great joy to help, and we're going to do the best we can. Now is the moment, ladies and gentlemen, that we can work together and we can send as many people as possible through the Transform program. Women, men, children, and families. Our goal is to send as many people as we possibly can through this life-changing experience. But we also want to encourage everyone that's watching to give at a level that's meaningful to you. But I have to tell you, no matter what happens, and no matter how much money we raise, just by joining us and learning about our mission, we are grateful, and you've already made a difference. Before we begin, Louise, I want you to tell them how the technology will work.
Thank you, Christine, and good morning. It is absolutely great to see you. Christine got up at the crack of dawn this morning, so thank you, Christine, for being with us. So to participate in making a donation this evening, we'll be using the same platform that we've been using for the silent auction. So please go ahead, grab your telephones, open up the page. The link, again, if you haven't logged in yet, is icm.oph.hk. You can input your name, email, address, and bidder number there. And once you're logged in, if you want to click in the menu at the top left corner, you can navigate, and we're going to be pledging to transform on that page. So if you have any difficulty at all, please ask your Zoom hosts, your table attendant, or you can email us. So that's it. Christine, back to you.
Thank you, Louise. That is right. We have come to the moment where we can make the greatest difference, where we can work as a team. Let's dig deep and let's send as many people as we possibly can through the Transform program. Again, we want to encourage everyone to consider giving at a level that is meaningful to you. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being a part of this. Here we go. Would anyone like to kick us off at 800,000 Hong Kong dollars, which is 100,000 US dollars? That's 5 million Philippine pesos. How many people would like to give? We're going to transform the lives of 10,000 people. Would anyone like to give at 800,000? Again, that's 100. Ladies and gentlemen, bidder number 949, giving 800,000 Hong Kong dollars. Thank you wherever you are to bidder number 949, giving 800,000 Hong Kong dollars. We are going to make a difference in the lives of so many people. We are so grateful. Thank you for what you did. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move to 600,000 Hong Kong dollars. That's 75,000 US dollars. We're going to transform the lives of 7,500 Filipino people. Would anyone like to give at 600,000 Hong Kong? Would anyone like to give at 600,000 Hong Kong? You cannot blame an auctioneer for asking. We're absolutely doing great. Let's move on. Let's go to 400,000 Hong Kong dollars. That's 50,000 US dollars. That's 2.5 million Philippine pesos. And you're going to transform the lives of 5,000 people. Here we go. Would anyone like to give at 50,000 US dollars? Ladies and gentlemen, bidder number 2702, bidder number 1311 giving $50,000, bidder number 2518 giving $50,000, bidder number 1005 giving 50,000 US dollars. That is 400,000 Hong Kong dollars. This is absolutely incredible. We are going to send so many people through the Transform program, and I'm so incredibly grateful. We are going to move on to our next level. That is the 200,000 Hong Kong. That's 25,000 US dollars. How many people want to transform the lives of 2,500 people? That's 1.25 Philippine pesos. And you know what? We're going to make a difference. We want you to know that every dollar is equally appreciated, and every dollar will go a long way to changing lives. Here we go. We have bidder number 0460 at 200,000 Hong Kong, bidder number 0608 at 200,000 Hong Kong, bidder number 1507 at 200,000 Hong Kong, and another one, bidder number 1407 at 200,000 Hong Kong. Thank you so much for what you've done. That's 25,000 US dollars. I can just see the staff in the Philippines cheering loudly, dancing with every gift. Again, the heart of the Filipino doesn't get any better. I'm so excited. Ladies and gentlemen, there they are. They're getting excited. They're cheering. Look at the staff of the Philippines, and they have made such a difference for International Care Ministries. They are the heroes on the ground, and we are so excited about the lives that they transform and change forever. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited to tell you that we have a special announcement, but I want to turn it over. We just got another one. Thank you. Bidder number 3216 at 200,000 Hong Kong. That's 25,000 US. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for making a difference. We are changing lives. At this time, we have a super special announcement, and I'm going to turn it over to Dave Sutherland to tell you all about it.
Well, thank you very much. Really overwhelming. Listen, as many of you know, Find Us Faithful Foundation in the U.S. believes in ICM, and for the last few years, they've provided a sizable matching funds to encourage giving at this banquet. Honestly, this year we didn't know if they would renew that offer or not. COVID has really affected businesses around the world. It's affected charities around the world, but it's also affected funders. And also, who knows whether the donors would really respond to a virtual event like they do to a live event. So we weren't sure, but just a few days ago, we were excited to confirm that Find Us Faithful is again offered to give incentives for giving at the banquet this year. They've offered to provide matching funds of up to 500,000 US dollars. That's 3.9 million Hong Kong, 25 million pesos. That's a pretty impressive number, right? So deep thanks to Find Us Faithful. I think they may be watching. So the purpose of this matching grant is to build ICM's platform of donors who would otherwise give just a few $1,000s and encourage those donors to dig deeper. So for the third year in a row, Find Us Faithful is challenging each of you by double matching all gifts of 800,000 Hong Kong dollars, 10,000 US dollars, 500,000 pesos. That means If one of you donates 80,000 Hong Kong dollars, then ICM will get an extra 160,000 Hong Kong dollars from Find Us Faithful. If you make a gift of 10,000 US dollars, that will bring in an additional match of 20,000 US dollars. If you make a gift of 500,000 pesos, that will bring an additional match of 1 million pesos. So the ICM, the Find Us Faithful opportunity is 500,000 US dollars. So to meet this challenge, we are looking for 25 donors that will be willing to give at that 10,000 US dollar level. And I believe, as I said, I think Find Us Faithful is watching from Oklahoma, so please be generous. Christine.
Find Us Faithful Foundation, you've been with us a long time, and here you are again. We want you to know that your impact has been profound. We are so grateful for your generosity. Everyone, as Dave said, here we go. Now is the moment. Your gifts will be double matched at the 10,000 US level. Let's do the best we can. This is going to send so many people through the Transform program. Their lives will be changed forever. We are grateful for your participation. Here we go. We have bidder number 3630. And you know what? We had someone coming in at 100,000 Hong Kong. Bidder number 0550 at 80,000 Hong Kong. Dave, Deanna, staff, we just got someone else at 200,000 Hong Kong. Bidder number 8601. I'm getting excited. Bidder number 0507 at 80,000 Hong Kong. We're making a difference. Bidder number 3301 at $80,000. Thank you. Bidder number 0101 at $80,000. We're doing amazing. Bidder number 1050 at 80,000 Hong Kong. Bidder number 3402. Thanks again to Find Us Faithful Foundation. Bidder number 3402 at 80,000 Hong Kong. Bidder 103 at 80,000. We're doing it. Bidder number 9024 at 80,000. Bidder number 6515. Thank you for making a difference. Thank you for what you've done. Bidder number 6515 at $80,000. I can just see the staff. Many of them I've met, the joy in their hearts. Look at the staff. They're so excited. They are pumped. Bidder number 0250 at 80,000 Hong Kong. Bidder number 8911 at 80,000 Hong Kong. Bidder number 9002 at 80,000 Hong Kong. We're doing it. Bidder number 7103 at 80,000 Hong Kong. I've got goosebumps in my home from Minnesota. We've got another $200,000 generous gift, 7703 at 200,000. The gifts keep coming. Bidder number 5161 at 80,000 Hong Kong. Again, they'll be double matched. Bidder number 9071 at 80,000 on a double match. We've done absolutely amazing. Find Us Faithful Foundation, we got to say again, thank you for the profound impact and generosity that you've had on the lives of so many people in the Philippines. Here we've got another one, bidder number 0456 at 80,000 Hong Kong. Bidder number 0760 at 80,000 Hong Kong. As I would tell the Sutherlands and their staff, I'm so excited. Anyone else before we move on at 80,000 Hong Kong? Again, this will be a double match. That was absolutely incredible. We cannot thank you enough for what you just did. We've got another one, 0705 at 80,000 Hong Kong. Thank you for making a difference. We want you to know how grateful we are and how many lives you're going to change and save. Look at the staff. They're excited. They're pumped. I know that everyone is cheering everyone. Thank you so much for what you've done. We are so grateful. There is no words to say the impact that this will have. Let's move on. We're going to move to the 40,000 Hong Kong level, which is 5,000 US dollars. That's 250,000 Philippine pesos. That's going to change the lives of 500 people. But we want you to know something. It's super important. No matter what you give, every gift is equally appreciated. every gift and every dollar will make a difference. We are doing this together. Let's keep working hard. Let's keep changing lives. How many people want to give 40,000 Hong Kong dollars? That's 5,000 US dollars. We have Thomas. Thank you for Thomas for what you did. Bidder number 1201 at 40,000 Hong Kong. Bidder number 7304 at 5,000 US, 4,000 Hong Kong. Bidder number 7301. Bidder number 6513. The gifts keep coming. Bidder number 0959. Bidder number 3405. Again, we're encouraging everyone to participate at a level meaningful to you. Bidder number 2512. Thank you for what you did. The gifts keep coming. Bidder number 8746. I'm excited. Thank you for what you're doing. Anyone else at 40,000 Hong Kong? That's 5,000 US dollars. We are absolutely making a difference and we are grateful. Let's keep going. We're going to now go to 20,000 Hong Kong dollars. That is 2,500 US dollars. Again, every gift is equally appreciated. Every gift will make a difference. And guess what? We are going to change lives. Here we go. Oh my gosh, look at the list already. Oh, we're back to the 5,000 US level. A couple more gifts came in. But now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the 20,000 Hong Kong. That's 2,500 US dollars. How many people want to give? We need your help. Dig deep. Every gift is equally appreciated. Let's go for a goal of participation that everyone considers giving at a level that's meaningful to you. Here we go. Bidder number 1204 at 20,000. Bidder number 1401. 0153, thank you for what you've done. 2010, thank you for what you've done. Bidder number 1506, I'm excited. This is pure joy. Thank you for what you've done. Bidder number 0706 at 20,000 Hong Kong. Let's keep them coming in. Bidder number 1252, bidder number 3508. Thank you for making a difference. Thank you for what you've done. Bidder number 1004, bidder number 3822, bidder number 1051. Again, I know so many of them, and I love the hearts and the work that they do. I'm sure the Filipino staff working for ICM, they're cheering, they're dancing, they're excited. They're going to make a difference with what you're doing. Look at how excited they are. Let's keep going. Bidder number 3822, bidder number 1051, bidder number 7204, 05106, 5752 at 20,000 Hong Kong. Bidder number 8105, 0709, 3215, bidder number 3825. Thank you for making a difference. Thank you for changing lives forever. We are so excited. We are so grateful. Thank you for what you've done. Everyone, we've got one final, do you know what? We've got another person that just came in. Bidder number 9016 at the 80,000 Hong Kong level. Again, that's a double match. Thanks to Find Us Faithful Foundation. You know what? We just had another person, bidder number 6011 at 20,000 Hong Kong dollars. Another $80,000. I'm cheering from my home in Minnesota. Bidder number 2513. You have no idea the difference you're going to make. Bidder number 0704 at 20,000 Hong Kong dollars. Thank you for making a difference. Thank you for changing lives. Anyone else? Here they go, the staff, they're so excited. We are doing it, we're making a difference. And guess what? We are giving the gift of transform to so many people. You have no idea the impact that you're gonna have on the lives of others. I am so excited that this is more than a dream. Thank you, and it could not be possible without all of you. We are so grateful, and we're doing this together. We've got one final level. That's the 8,000 Hong Kong. That's 1,000 US dollars. You're going to change the lives of 100 people. That's 50,000 Philippine pesos. And guess what? You're going to make a difference. every dollar and gift is equally appreciated. Again, with the goal of participation, let's see how many people we can give at this level, and feel free to give again. Here we go. I'm excited. Bidder number 2005 at 8,000 Hong Kong. We have bidder number 2208 at 10,000 Hong Kong. Bidder number 8101 at 8,000. 9073 at 8,000. 2402 at 16,000. 3406 at 8,000. The gifts keep coming. 2023 at 8,000. 1203 at 8,000. 0451 at 8,000. 1801 at 8,000. 0405 at 8,000, 6610 at 8,000, bidder number 01112 at 8,000. Here's another one at 20,000 Hong Kong dollars, 5758, bidder number 7106 at $8,000, another one at 10,000, 8721. I'm so excited. Here we go, bidder number 3831 at $8,000. We're doing this together. We're changing lives. Bidder number 0306 at $8,000. Bidder number 3202 at 8,000 Hong Kong dollars. Here we go. Let's keep those gifts coming in. We're changing lives. Thank you for what you're bringing to the people of the Philippines. You are making such a difference for these people that have the best hearts, the best joy. This is more than a dream. We are making a difference. Here we go. Bidder number 7401, 8,000 Hong Kong, 1612, 2409, 1604, 5952 at $8,000. Here we go. Thank you, 8632, and another one at 8,000 Hong Kong, 6702. Thank you for what you're doing. The staff around and the Philippines at the bases, let's see you clap. Let's see you cheer. They're so excited. And you know what, staff, I can't wait someday soon to get back on an airplane and come see you and look you in the eye and have fun with all of you and sing praises. You know what? With God helping us today, we've made an incredible difference. Staff, are you excited? I'm excited. Across the world, we're doing it. We're changing lives. Anyone else at the 8,000 Hong Kong, the 1,000 before we stop? Look at that. We've got some higher gifts. 5111, bidder number 1504 at 10,000, 0301 at 20,000, 0207 at 20,000, 0403, 0206, 3820, 5954. The participation is remarkable. We're so excited. We're so thankful. Bidder number 8110 at 10,000. Bidder number 2516 at $8,000. You know what? I'm excited. And I bet the gifts are going to keep coming and coming and coming and coming. But we're going to stop for right now. We got another one. 0701 at $10,000. This is incredible. We've got another one. 0108 at $8,000. Everyone, your gifts are equally appreciated. We've done this together and we're making a difference. Ladies and gentlemen, you just raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. So many people are going to go through the Transform program and their lives are going to be changed forever. We are so excited. We are grateful and thank you from the bottom of our hearts for what you just did. We did it. Thank you. We're excited. We're grateful. Louise, I'm going to turn it back to you. There they are. They're clapping. Let's clap with them. Let's celebrate.
Wow.
How exciting that was.
Thank you so much, Christine, and thank you, everyone. We are just absolutely blown away and amazed to see all of your pledges flooding in live. You can still keep on making pledges, as Christine said. The system is open, and we will be so thankful for all of the dollars that are coming in and keep coming in. So please do keep making your pledges. We will be giving you payment instructions in just a few minutes. But before we move on, Dave has one more very important opportunity that he wants to share with us. Dave?
Well, listen, I want to echo Christine's thanks and everyone. I mean, just extraordinary. I really think that The ICM Banquet has always been different than most other charity balls I do. Many of them actually sometimes will even raise a little bit more than ICM. But often those happen when you get a very, very wealthy person give a massive gift. And when you kind of get down to it, there's 3, 4, 5 people that are given 80% of all the money. But at an ICM Banquet, that's not what it is. We have enormous participation. I mean, a very high percentage of the people that attend our live event actually participate in a meaningful way. It is moving and exciting. And when you see Christine work in a live event, then she's running from side to side to side. She's probably she's running a marathon in order to get things done. But in this, you know, I was wondering, would it be a little bit different, a little bit more disappointing? But for me, that was an emotional experience that we just went through, seeing so many people participate in a remote way. And for those of you who are willing to do that, I just want to say a deep, deep thank you for you to do that. And when you're sort of alone in your house and making such a sacrificial commitment, is really moving for us. So thank you very much. I do want to say one last thing, which is earlier I shared about how some of the other problems of poverty, they don't disappear during a pandemic. You know, COVID means that the ultra poor with pre-existing medical conditions, they find it much harder to get treatment. So while ICM is focusing on rebuilding through the pandemic, through its Transform programs, we want to take extra care to make sure that we help those that we find with serious medical needs. So here's an example. This is Juvel. He's 4 years old. He was born with a club foot. His bones on his left foot were twisted so that he couldn't stand or walk properly. When his mother, Emmeline, she saw his condition and that he was in pain, and she felt so helpless as a mother. And she told us, not knowing what caused this made me cry. And Emmeline, she didn't have enough money to pay for treatment on his foot. I mean, her family raises chickens and they only earn a few dollars every week. And besides, she was actually scared that the medical help might cause her son some further damage. So when Emmeline joined Transform, she applied for help through the Medical Mercy Fund. And not only did we pay for the surgery, but the ICM staff walked alongside her and her son every step of the way and gave her confidence this was the right decision. And so after months of medical procedures, this little boy is now growing fast and he's standing on 2 healthy feet. Now he runs constantly and he loves helping his mother feed the chickens in their house. His treatment was made possible through the Medical Mercy Fund, funded at this year's banquet last year through your generous gifts. You helped kids with cleft palates like Clarence to grow up with smiles. Dylan had a painful and dangerous digestive problem and he couldn't use the bathroom properly, but he's cured. Your funds treated Rio's kidney stones, John's clubfoot surgery, and hundreds more. We have dozens of patients now that are ready for treatment. Some are waiting for the hospitals to reopen. COVID has kind of screwed all that up, but many of them are waiting for ICM to have the required funds. There's just so much need in these poor communities. So Christine is going to share how you can be part of their journey to hope and health. Thank you very much.
We have one more opportunity where we can come together and make a difference. This is the last time that I'm going to ask you for money. But I have to say, it's so important what Dave just talked about. There is so many kids with club feet, with cleft palates, and the different amounts of problems that they have that we can come together and help them with different surgeries. It is amazing the impact that we can have with the Medical Mercy Fund. For every 40,000 Hong Kong dollars, which is 5,000 US, you will be able to help approximately 5 to 10 kids, depending on the cost of the procedure. But your 5,000 US dollars is going to go a long way. You're going to make such a difference in the lives of so many kids, like Juvel, as you just saw it as an example. Juvel's life, because of having his club foot corrected, his life forever will be different. He is able to run around, and we want to give that gift to as many people as we possibly can, and the kids that are just waiting for surgeries to be had. So we're going to ask you one final time to consider helping us to bring surgeries to the kids of the Philippines with the Medical Mercy Fund. Here we go. It's going to be at one level, the 40,000 Hong Kong. You can give just like you did for Transform. That's 5,000 US dollars. And no matter what we do, we're going to be successful. We're going to celebrate, and we're going to help change the lives for so many kids in the Philippines. Here we go. The money's coming in. Oh my gosh, we just got bidder number 3814 and 40,000 Hong Kong. Bidder number 1603 at 3,000 Hong Kong. Thank you, 753. That's 2,500 Hong Kong dollars. Thank you to Linda. That's 5,000 Hong Kong dollars. Thank you, bidder number 9027 at 1,500. Thank you, bidder number 6609 at 1,000 Hong Kong dollars. Here we go, bidder number 1401. We're going to help kids at 5,000. Bidder number 0759 at 8,000. Bidder number 857 at 3,000. Look at all these gifts. Thank you for the generosity. There we have three people at 40,000 Hong Kong dollars. That's 5,000 US dollars. There's 4 people giving. Thank you. There's going to be so many kids treated. Their lives will be changed forever when we give them surgery. We're excited. We're grateful. Bidder number 3810 at 5,000. Bidder number 1050 at 5,000 Hong Kong. Bidder number 1909 at 3,000. Bidder number 0251 at 80,000 Hong Kong dollars. That's going to help approximately 20 kids with surgeries. You're going to make such a difference. We're so grateful. Bidder number 1157 at 1,500. Bidder number 7001, 40,000 Hong Kong dollars. Bidder number 1201 at 10,000 Hong Kong dollars. Bidder number 0710, 2,000. Bidder number 0706 at 1,000 Hong Kong. Thank you for changing lives. Thank you for bringing the gift of surgery to so many kids in the Philippines. Here we go again. Bidder number 1911 at 5,000 Hong Kong. Let's keep going. And another one at 40,000 Hong Kong. Bidder number 2301. Bidder number 8625 at 1,000. Every gift is equally appreciated. Here we go. Another one at 10,000 Hong Kong. Bidder number 2208. Thank you. That's bidder number 5308 at 1,000 Hong Kong. Anyone else? Here we go. Before we stop, we are so thankful. Anyone else? You just gave the gift of surgery to several hundred kids in the Philippines, and their lives will be changed forever. Here we go. Bidder number 2018 at 5,000 Hong Kong. Bidder number 0851 at 3,000 Hong Kong. You know what? The gifts just keep coming. Bidder number 9074 at 16,000 Hong Kong. Bidder number 0506, $5,000. We're grateful. You're making a difference. Thank you for what you've done. Here we go. Hong Kong, 10,000. Bidder number 1004. Look at the lives that are going to be changed. I'm so excited. When the gifts are coming in, I'll tell you, I went to the hospital where these surgeries are performed in the Philippines. And you know what? It was impactful. It was an experience that my husband and I will never forget. And we are so grateful for the lives that get to be changed because of you and your generosity and digging deep and making a difference. Please know how thankful we are. The gifts keep coming. We've got 4,000. We have 2,500. We have 3,000. We have 1,000. We have 2,000. The bids keep coming. Bidder number 0404 at 1,000 Hong Kong. Thank you for what you've done. Thank you for making a difference. Another one at 5,000. You know what, Dave? I don't know what to do. Should we keep going? Let's keep going. One more minute. This is amazing.
This is so amazing. Thank you, Christine.
Louise,
what an amazing
how are we doing?
way.
Should I keep going?
Keep going, Christine. What a fantastic way to start
Louise
the day
says
for you.
keep going. Okay, 10,000 Hong Kong. We have 1,000 Hong Kong. We have 2,000 Hong Kong. We have $775 Hong Kong. Every dollar makes a difference. Every dollar will help a kid change their life. 3,000 Hong Kong, 2,500 Hong Kong. I would stay in my home for this entire morning, helping to raise money for kids to have surgery in the Philippines for their lives to be changed forever. And as a few more gifts are coming in, I have to tell you one more time, the heart of the Filipino people have taught me more about life, more about being joyful, and more about being grateful than probably any other people in my life. The people of the Philippines, thank you for who you are. And it's so fun to serve you and go to work for you and change your lives. Is the staff excited? The staff is excited. They're pumped. They've got goosebumps. They're doing jumping jacks. They're clapping. They're screaming in their different bases around the Philippines. You know
Amazing,
what? We're going to
Christine.
stop.
Thank you, Christine.
And I'm going to turn it back to Louise. But I have to say, before we stop, you just helped a ton. I have no words to share with you that are appropriate, that will do justice to the impact that you just all did working together. We are changing the lives of hundreds of thousands of people that will go through the Transform program, and they'll never be the same, thanks to you. We just sent hundreds and hundreds of kids to have surgeries, and their lives will never be the same, thanks to you. We are grateful. We are so excited about what we just all did together. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. God's richest blessings to each and every one of you.
Christine, we are just so grateful to have you with us. We can feel your joy and your energy across the entire world as we're watching and we're bidding. And everyone who has put in a pledge or is still putting in a pledge, thank you. And you can still keep putting your pledges in. I have come to a very important time, which is to explain to all of you how you can make your donation. And if you have made a pledge tonight, or if you've won an auction item, in the next few seconds, you'll be receiving an SMS with the payment link. So you can click on that link. And you'll be redirected to this page on the auction website. You can also find it here in the menu of the bidding system that we've been using. And as you click on that, you'll see a summary of all of the pledges, as well as any auction items that you've won. And as we've seen, we have guests from around the world who've been donating today. So we have a few different options for tax receipts and payment methods. And it is important that you choose the right one for you. So you can see the different options on there. You can choose a tax receipt from Hong Kong, the US, or the Philippines. There is an option on there which is for Hong Kong and US, and that's for US citizens who live here in Hong Kong, so you can receive a tax deduction in both of those countries. If you're joining us from the UK, Canada, or Australia, you can click Other. You'll receive separate instructions for those countries. And if you don't require a tax receipt at all, there is an option for that too. If you're donating by credit card and you would like 100% of your donation to directly go to ICM, you can opt to cover the 3% credit card fee. So we really ask that you help us out by doing that and make 100% of your donation come to ICM. And then lastly, at the bottom, please choose your payment method. If you're giving by credit card, you can enter your details. ICM uses a secure third party to receive your credit card information. It's never stored by us, so you can give that with that method. Or if you're paying by check or bank transfer, you'll be receiving instructions and be asked to confirm your contact email one more time, just so that we can make sure we're in touch to help with any payment queries. If you are here at the Aberdeen Marina Club, you can also ask your table attendant for assistance. And for any payment questions wherever you are in the world, please email us at banquet@keramin.com.
So thanks to Bless for hosting, and thanks to Louise. She not only was our host, but she also hosted the Countdown Show. She was the producer of this entire event. She's sort of the do everything person. She and her husband, Mihao, they created all the media you saw this evening. And thanks to all the rest of the ICM team, all the volunteers and the auction committee, an extraordinary help as well. Listen, I will give you the auction, total amount. The lot 2 hasn't closed yet, but just for context, last year we raised we said that we raised 12.99 million Hong Kong, and so far it looks like we have raised 12.83 million. We're within 100,000 Hong Kong dollars of matching last year's numbers. We so far have received gifts of about 19 gifts of 10,000 US dollars. So we're looking for 25, which means that we are looking for 6 more. But I have to say, we really had no idea what to expect tonight. And to have all of you participate at this level is fantastic. And listen, a event email blast. What I gave you was just approximate numbers. You're going to get a post email blast within the next 12 hours, and that will give you a lot more information about what the email that will have, and it will also have the Domo link so that you can explore ICM's impact across the Philippines. So don't miss that.
So as Dave said, we have still the lot 2 of the silent auction to close. So Bless, why don't you come up and we're going to take a quick look at who's winning on those. We've had so much excitement today, we almost forgot to close lot 2, but we still have it. And I know a lot of you are eagerly ready to check out those winning bids. So let's see, how are we doing on lot 2 of the silent auction? Can we see our winners? Here we go. We've got a couple of seconds left, 30 seconds left. Mary, looks like you're going to get that beautiful Reptilism Queen.
Gretchen got a...
She hasn't won it yet. She's got 20 seconds left.
Wow, 20 seconds left. Yeah.
And Howard, looks like you're getting the Do Not Enter, that dog painting. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And congratulations to all the lot 2 winners.
Gretchen, you got it. Congratulations. Let's have a quick look, see who won. As I said before, all the winners will be receiving an SMS with the winning amount, and you can go ahead and you can make your payments through the ICM Open Heart platform. Congratulations, Debbie, you're going to Niseko. Mike, you got those scooters. Mike Small, thank you so much. Paul, you got the Star Fairy ring. Loretta, you got this really one-of-a-kind cloak. Sherry got the whiskey, enjoy. And Catherine, you got a fantastic bottle of champagne. Thank you so much. Thank you for all of these bids that have come in. We have this beautiful, amazing Zoom call with the Vice President of the Philippines. We have an anonymous bidder who will be spending some time with her. Solomon, you're getting the fitness package. Congratulations. And that beautiful Kim Lai choker went for 12,000. So congratulations again to all of you. Reach out to our team and we'll be in touch if you have any questions about your payment, but you can go ahead and make your donation. The pledging is still open, so if you haven't made a pledge, if you're still considering a gift that you want to give, you can go ahead and do that. And as Christine and Dave and the whole team have shared, we are just absolutely blown away. We ran a little bit over, but what an amazing reason to run over, because we had so many of you joining us. So that is it from our team. It has been just a huge pleasure to host you this evening. Let's say good night to all of our friends in Asia who've been joining us on Zoom. Good night to everyone at the AMC. Thank you so much for coming and creating an atmosphere here. To all of our friends in the US and in Europe, have a great day. We hope that you carry this energy with you throughout the day. So thanks for tuning in, and it's been so great to see all of you.
We will be in touch with you during the year to keep you up to date with what is happening at ICM. But we have learned a lot from our first virtual banquet, and we have great ideas about how to make it even more special next year. So mark your calendars for October 2021, and thank you very much. See you then.
See you. Bye-bye.